Hey Al and Milena, this is for you. So I did talk to Firas Masood, and we talked about how this is really going to work. Okay, so just for your information, I wanted you to have the skinny here. Okay, so this is what it looks like. You should be able to see my screen here. So I did talk to him, and we talked about WooCommerce because it is one of the largest platforms. So why wouldn't Bank of America want to do that? Because you're going to chase off people to Square, Wix, etc. They're just going to go other places. It's easier just to open a store, right? Online store. So it says here, greeting Faraz, thanks for taking my call. Since WooCommerce is off the table, which is part of WordPress, one of the largest, then I said, what are these are WooCommerce alternatives. Here's a nice little list. Which one of these is acceptable? Then he says, for the moment, none of them. He did tell me that the issue is not no, it's just not yet because they're working on licensing. It's like if Authorize.net was brand new and they're a brand new gateway, and they are still going through the process of getting licensed and authorized to be used in all different realms. This is what's happening right now. They're not licensed yet. Okay, so it says for the moment, none of them. So I said, okay, so the plugin for WooCommerce, which a plugin is just to add it in and it works, right, is not available yet. Then, and the alternatives are off the table, okay? Most medium to smaller size businesses cannot afford a custom, let's say, PHP coded site. PHP is just a language. He seemed to know stuff, so I just kind of threw that out there. I said WordPress is the largest platform that would extend to a larger audience, helping more clients, right? I hope this gets to some execs. So can you guys allow a WordPress site with your gateway? I said, just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So then he goes, hey, here's what the tech team says. It depends on how the client utilizes the WordPress functionality. So I can build a WordPress site for your customer. It does say, though, if they have developed their own shopping cart functionality, they can code to one of our integration methods. I'll be happy to do that. Just the problem is we're having hard enough time people to afford a, $900 website, total build out, right? I mean, by the time they go to Wix or Shopify or any of that, I mean, they can select a template at $39 a month, but they still have to upload their inventory, their pictures. They have to do all that. If they hire somebody, which they offer that, or have to get something built out, they offer that. Anything under $1,000 is reasonable. $600 to $900 to get a basic startup store going. Bigger operations are used to more expense because they have a lot more inventory. So I can try to get my guy to build a template per se that's custom coded, but that's not expensive, that I can add it to a WordPress website, not WooCommerce, just add it to the WordPress website, give them the functionality, style, and cost that makes sense so that we can talk to the new system. Okay, but that's going to take me a minute. Now, when they say not yet, they're not saying no. They're saying June, maybe summer, just before summer, they're hoping to have all their licensing. He goes, right now, our only problem is back-end licensing, Joe. So that means they're trying to get it done. Probably should have did it ahead of time before they launched it. But that's just my opinion. So then if they're using a third-party shopping cart, then at this time, the answer is no, WooCommerce not currently available, others too. So I said, okay. So I sent this to my tech team because they were talking to a tech team at Bank of America, and guess what? We had discovered this, so I was just trying to confirm from the top. So this is how, take a look at the whiteboard here. So when you refer somebody to me, the process is it the plug and play method or the API? That's just a code that makes the website talk to the Bank of America gateway, right? Semi-custom and full custom are for larger scale. The reason why this is this way is because they went from Authorize.net, the king of medium to smaller size business, to CyberSource, which is a mega player for commercial, industrial, large businesses. They built a module that would reach down to the smaller guy if B of A, because B of A wanted their own gateway in the middle there, right? Why let Authorize.net make all that money? They want to, right? Makes sense. CyberSource is a big company though, and so you get into this semi-custom, full custom. That's where somebody's writing code, and what you see on the website is what works, and you can make that do whatever you need it to do. That takes money though. Okay. So then you would have to select when you refer somebody to me which one of these, based on my recommendation, I can tell you because he said, yeah, I'm totally going to use you a bunch because you know what you're doing. and you come highly recommended, and I appreciate that. I think Jeff said something too, probably. But you also got a fraud selection you have to take. So standard's really going to be really for the two basics. Custom fraud will be for these. You have to make those selections as you issue this out to me. Then that way, when customer service or the support team calls a client to get everything initialized, finalized, and signed, like the VAR sheet and all that stuff, well, then they're going to reach out to me, give me all, the access and all that to go get it set up, okay, to activate the gateway. One thing to pull it in, one thing to activate it to where it's actually processing. So this is how this works. I wanted you to have the skinny so you knew what was going on. It's not a bad thing. The alternative I have in the interim until June-ish, why don't we pigeonhole your customers, leave the bank account at Bank of America. I can go to another source right now for e-commerce, which would be inexpensive. It's not going to pain them. But then we can pull the e-commerce back to you guys, the merchant services, excuse me, back to you guys so that you can count on those production numbers, right? So why not make them feel secure, happy, everything's good. We're going to go to Bank of America. This is a service we're using to activate your website. They don't know, they don't care, right? Then we can pull it back when they get their licensing done and ready. So then I can play with this way more than what we can right now. Apparently nobody can, and I don't know why they would launch it without that kind of integration. But it happened. Okay, so wanted you to have this to maybe help clear the smoke. And then if you do have referrals, or if you're okay with it, I can take them off of merchant service from B of A and then bring it back so we can pigeonhole that customer and not lose them. Let's get them started, let them get rolling, and not feel any pains in the road because of this transition time. All right. If you're cool with that, let me know, and then let's just keep doing business. And then once this does get turned on full blast, I know Fidelso is going to probably recommend me and put me down, for anybody that has a need, right? Okay, talk to you guys later. Thanks.